Welcome to the start of Season 5 of Breaking the Big Three. Genclerbirligi are once again champions, and once again we are trying to get into the Champions League. Let's see if we can do it this time. Hello there everybody, and welcome back. Tekrar hoş geldiniz for episode 31 and the start of Season 5 of Breaking the Big Three. In game time, we're now at the end of August 2021, so we've been through most of the summer. The transfer window hasn't closed yet, but we're going to get straight into it with a look at the ins and outs over the last couple of months. So I'll start with the outs. We did shift quite a few players out, as you can see. A few players leaving on frees or for small amounts. These were players in the reserves, in the under-21s, who hadn't really progressed much, so we cut a bit of dead weight out of the squad there. Also, I let a couple of young players go. Hakan Satılmış, I brought him in as a backup. I recalled him from loan last season after Berke Inal left, but he didn't really impress me, so Besiktas came in with a bid for him. We accepted. Second, Dalguç, right back. Now, I was trying to use him as backup after Akpala left. He also didn't impress. Plus, his natural position is defensive fullback, which is not really something I use, and he wasn't progressing well with trying to retrain him and get his stats up for a fullback or wingback role. So when a bid came in for him, we let him go as well. There's a few youngsters going out on loan. We cut out some more dead weight, the likes of Stephen Kansar, Adabi, who hadn't progressed, and then Dorukhan Tokos as well. Ahmet Oğuz was the main kind of first team departure. He became unhappy for various reasons. He was after a new contract, but he was asking for silly money, so when Fenerbahce came in with a bid, we cashed in and let him go. So, players in, I said I was going to bolster the attack, and I did that. I got this Turkish guy. Murat Soylu came in, Trabzonspor. This is a guy I've been tracking for a couple of years, since he was like 17. He first showed up on my radar, and I think he's been progressing nicely, but he was getting frustrated at Trabzon. He wasn't getting the game time, but I think he's ready for it, and he can play this advanced forward role as well, which is going to give me a few more options. If we look at his career stats, you see he started out at Galatasaray, did have a nice debut season, getting a couple of goals there, but then went out on loan. He struggled in his second season on loan, didn't get much game time at all at Trabzonspor, but I think there's untapped potential here, so I'm happy to bring him in. We also got a young goalkeeper in. Now, I'm not going to be playing him this season in the first team. We'll put him in the reserves. If a loan offer comes in for him, we might send him out like that. But you see, good potential ability. Only 19, so plenty of time for him to develop into a first team keeper. Bolstered up the defence a bit with two signings. We got another Turkish player in, Ozan Kabak, comes in from Galatasaray, so 21 years old. He's got decent potential. So again, we're just looking at Mohamed Yusuf I sent out on loan, so we're looking for some more options, and it was good to get a Turkish option in there as well, keep within the foreigner limits. Also, this guy came to my attention through the youth tournaments over the summer. I can't remember which one my scouts spotted him at. It was either the Toulon tournament or the European Under-21 Championships. I'm not sure. I sent my scouts to both. But they spotted him. They highlighted the fact that he was a free agent, so I snapped him up straight away. I mean, look, 19 years old, Serbian, Stefan Savic. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential, physical stats apart from fitness, really good. He's got high determination, and I think he's got the potential to be a star. And again, it means we don't miss Mohamed Yusuf. Also, I got this guy, a couple of players for the midfield. I got this guy mainly because, well, again, 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. Also because he's Japanese, so I'm looking for that little financial boost that you sometimes get with high-profile players from Japan, Korea, so on. I'm not sure if he's at that level yet. I mean, obviously he hasn't been capped for the Japanese national team, but I'm hoping he's going to develop with us, and he's going to bring in some merchandising revenue. And then there's this guy. This is a guy my scouts alerted me to when I sent them off to Africa. South African, Mosameng, and they kept saying to me, like, this guy is Super League ready, you've got to sign him. The only hesitation I had is to see his natural position is the attacking midfield role, but I don't have I don't use attacking midfielders in my tactics setup, but my scouts insisted go for him. We got him on a cheap deal. So, as I'm going to show you a little bit later, in the second match in this episode, I did rework my tactics to accommodate him. And as you can see here, the Super Cup, which we'll have a look at a little bit later as well, he got 2 goals in the Super Cup. He scored on his league debut as well, so he's had an immediate impact. Only 17 years, already got 10 caps for South Africa. I think we've got ourselves a bit of a wonder kid here. Okay, so those were the transfers. I'm going to quickly update you on matches. We have started the season already, just to bring you up to speed, and then we'll get into our Champions League qualifier against Young Boys. So, see here, I won't go through the friendlies one by one. I did bring in the new tactic quite early. I started experimenting around the Red Bull Salzburg game. Then we had a couple of easy wins against the lower league Turkish opposition. Then here, this is where I was kind of fine-tuning the tactic a bit, where we got these 0-0 draws and this 2-1 defeat at home to Schalke. But I kind of got things clicking on it by the Benfica game. Then the Super Cup we retained. This was quite an interesting match. We were clearly the better team. We were all over them, and but it was 0-0 at half-time. We got a goal midway through the second half. It was Mosameng scoring on his debut. And then look at that, we scored a second on 87 minutes. So then I thought, okay, that's it, great, we've wrapped this up. But then we also got a third in stoppage time. They pulled one back in stoppage time, and then there was enough stoppage time for us to get one more, just to kind of put that emphasis point on there. So it wasn't really like we were ever worried that Trabzonspor were going to get back into it, but it was good that we kept going into injury time. We didn't get complacent. Then in the first couple of league games, we had an Ankara derby to kick things off against Osmanlıspor. So again, Mosameng scored on his league debut. Murat Soylu scored on his league debut, so the new signings settling in pretty quickly. They did pull one back late on, but we were able to comfortably get that out. Then Trabzonspor, now I was resting players here ahead of this Champions League game, and we did go 2 goals behind, but then a few tactical tweaks, a bit of a change. I was using this new tactic, but I was using the reserve players, so I don't think they were quite strong enough. But once we brought on a couple of subs, made some changes, we did pull it back, and even though Lucas Claro got sent off in injury time, we were able to hold on for the draw. Champions League then, we're in the final round of the Champions playoffs. We got Young Boys of Switzerland. So it was a bit of a strange one, this first leg at home. We scored the early goal, Murat Soylu again, and we were dominant in that first half, but hit the post a couple of times. We couldn't capitalise on our chances more. Then it was one of those things, as the second half went on, my players started to get increasingly nervous. I could see that in the match screen there. It was telling me they were getting nervous, they were getting worried, they were getting frustrated, and then sure enough, Young Boys equalised late on. However, I told the boys to kind of push forward, and it paid off. Fatih Turk, who'd just come on in like 85 minutes, scored deep into stoppage time. So that means for this second leg, we do have the advantage, but they have the away goal. So it's going to be a tense match. So that's why I'm not using my new tactic. I'm not talking you through that just yet, because I'm going back to that 4-4-2 counter that we've used against stronger teams in the past. So as we're away and as Young Boys should be on the attack, hopefully this is going to work dividends for us. So we've got the Utku in goal. He's deplaced the Hoff as the first choice keeper over the preseason. Ozan, a new signing, and Antov in the centre of defence. Özgür is out to right back. I wasn't able to sign a replacement right back. I've got a couple of youngsters. You see this guy here, Jakob Duman, who came through the youth system. I have high hopes for him, but this is not the kind of match to be playing him. We've got to use that calm head of Özgür here, I think. Escobar, who wants to leave but hasn't left yet, he's still in. Van der Gen and Samed are the central midfield partnership. Evren and Holtman, who else on the wings? Holtman, you'll see here, is under bid. Quite a large bid from Schalke. He says he wants to talk to them. A couple of teams have bid for him in the summer, and I've used that trick where you kind of delay, you wait up to the deadline, and then keep stalling on discussing the offer, because it said Holtman wants to discuss terms, and then eventually that red text that he wants to discuss terms disappears, and hopefully That's going to work a third time. Fatih Aktay and Murat up front. There's a place in the Champions League group stage at stake here, so let's see how we do. Of course, if we lose, we'll go into the Europa League group stage, so we're guaranteed European football until December at least. See how it goes. So they're lining up a bit differently to how they did in the home leg. They went with like a wider formation, so they've gone quite narrow. So we'll be hoping for Evren and Holtman to get lots of the ball. I'm going to see how it goes. We might look into exploiting the flanks a bit later, so we're going to have to watch out for these free attacking midfielders. Okay, team talk time then. What are we going to tell the team? We're underdogs, and that suits us down to the ground. Well, that worked for one player. Okay, let's have a look. You've got what it takes. This usually gets my team pumped up. All right, good. Tunnel interview again. We've left Lucas Claro out. Being rested. He did get injured, of course. That was one thing. Of course, I didn't record the game, but in that league game against Trabzonspor, there was this strange thing in the sending off where they showed the foul, and then Lucas Claro stayed down, sat on the ground for ages because he picked up a knock. And the game just stayed like that with the clock ticking for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then eventually when Lucas Claro gingerly got back up to his feet, the ref showed him a red card. And then he just walked off the pitch normally, no limping or anything. But yeah, it was just a knock. Kept him out for a few days. He's still carrying that knock, and that's why he's not playing today. But opening highlights. Oh, bit of play for us. Murat tries to get it through to Fatih Aktay. Okay, comes back to Fatih Aktay. Özgür now. He's going to play it forward to Evren. Evren's going to whip the cross in, and oh, Murat very nearly scored there. That would have been the perfect start. Whew. Because an away goal would be great. An early away goal to nullify their away goal. That would be perfect start for us. We have to watch out that we don't concede early, because then the complexion of the match very much changes. Oh, thought the ball was coming through to Murat then, but then that was the end of the highlight. All right. Okay, so we have had the more chances so far. Interesting as we're counter-attacking, but they seem to have come back into it now, although we're not seeing any of that action. Okay, we're deep into first half now, approaching the final third of the first half, and we've got a young boys throw-in. All right, let's get this off them. Oh, dearie me. Benito has got plenty of space, but Özgür, beautiful play as a makeshift right back. I mean, he can play right back, but his natural centre, of course. Okay, we get it out to Holtman. Come on, Holtman, go on one of your runs. Okay, he switches it over to Evren. All right, we need to advance this, though. Fatih Aktay now. Is he going to be able to centre the ball for his strike partner? No, he gets dispossessed. Oh, no, it looks like we've got a young boys counter coming. All right, then, come on, let's close him down, get the ball off him. Oh, no, the sliding tackle missed. Now, he's got all the space to cross, but Utku makes the save. Whew, we got away with that. Okay, now this time, they're the ones who are looking a bit nervous. Well, one of their players is. The others are looking uninterested in a Champions League qualifier. Oh, dear. Fatih Aktay is injured. Well, Gustafsson is the only option to bring on. Gustafsson's someone who's been subject to interest from elsewhere as well. Quite a few big teams, actually. Arsenal and I think it was Milan and Bayern Munich. They've all come in with bids for him. Quite small bids, though. Only like £750,000 up front with clauses. But I'm trying to resist those as well. Okay, let's tell the team. I think we should tell them not to get complacent. I don't see an option for that. You've played well, but there's still room for improvement. We'll go with that. Yeah, young boys started slowly, but they did start to take control. Okay, then, it's a young boys attack, but good. We've nullified that, and Gustafsson picks it up now. Knocks it out to Escobar. Play up the wing to Holtman. Go on. Holtman goes on a run. Use your pace. Whip in the cross. And Evren hits the outside of the post. Oh, this is going to be a tense one. Time to concentrate. And, oh, Van de Gen just clips the top of the bar. Ooh, come on, boys. This is one of those, the longer the match goes on, the more concerned, the more worried I'm going to get. I think we're going to make some substitutions. Concerned about these players on yellows. Kamal Issa, now there's a good, solid player to bring on. Experienced head. Okay, what else are we going to do? I think I'm just going to leave that for now. I've already made one sub, so we'll save one sub for the final few minutes if we time waster. Or a game changer, hopefully not. Ooh, nice effort, but if we're restricting them to long efforts, that's good. Okay, we're going to make that last sub. Stefan Savic, maybe. We'll bring him on. Bring him on for Kabak. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's keep the ball on this flank. Gustafsson gets it now in the center. Oh, no. They won that back. We've just taken our time a bit too much. And, oof, it's gone over. Luckily, it's gone over. Okay, come on, boys. Concentrate. Let me tell them to concentrate. Oh, bit of a goal mouth scramble there. But we couldn't convert it. Come on, referee, blow the whistle. We're past 94 minutes. Good, that's it. Come on, referee, blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Come on, ref. Okay, we got a goal. Fantastic. We have got the goal, and that is it. Okay, no worries that the ref didn't blow the whistle. That's fine. All right then, and now you can blow the wrestle. I've been watching NXT Takeover. That's why that's it out. Now you can blow the whistle. You have done. Thank you very much, referee. Okay, gotta tell them that we're happy with that. Good stuff. All right, you can see there the group stage draw is coming up, so we're going to fade to black and come back for that. So welcome back. Time for the Champions League draw, but before that, I do apologise for the first half of this video. I did not realise the microphone here was raised up, so not great sound quality for the first half of the video. Hopefully you've stuck with me despite that. I will have posted a warning about this. Future me will post a warning about this down in the comments, but yeah, these things happen sometimes with the excitement of trying to make the Champions League, which we have done. So I've advanced through the draw with the top 3 pots being pulled out already. So let's have a look at groups that might be nice and groups to avoid. I mean, I don't think we've got a huge chance of progressing at this point anyway, but I think Group B is clearly a toughie. Barcelona, Milan and PS... Well, Group A, tough one as well. Dortmund, Liverpool, Fiorentina. Then what else have we got? Got Real Madrid and Bayern in the same group. Oh, look at Group H, Porto, Chelsea, Inter. Got Man United, PSG. So, I mean, all of these groups are going to be tough in terms of trying to reach the top 2. So, once again, much like 2 seasons ago when we were in the draw, we've got to be hoping for somewhere that's going to give us a chance to get third. I would say Group E, but last time we got drawn with Anderlecht and we finished bottom of the group. Group F is an interesting one because, okay, you've got French, English and German representatives in there, but not the strongest French or German representatives. Perhaps we can get something off Shakhtar or Dynamo Kiev. I'm not sure how strong those Ukrainian teams will be. So let's see what happens. Okay, Copenhagen get drawn in Group A. Hertha Berlin make for a very tough Group B. Marseille in Group C. All right, what's coming for us? No, not Group D. That's Slovan Bratislava. So that's got to be Man U and PSG through there. Group E, Celtic go into Group E. Okay, so which one are we going into? Mightyland go into Group F. Are we going to get Group G? Yes, we get Group G. So we're in there with Bayern again. We were in with Bayern 2 seasons ago. Real Madrid. Okay. I don't think progression in the Champions League is likely, and Shakhtar, so we're going to have to hope we can get points off Shakhtar and get into 3rd place. So that means, of course, PAOK or PAOK or whatever they're called go into Group H. Okay, let's have a look at the press reaction to that. I mean, I'm not expecting a huge deal at this stage in the career from Europe. The money's going to be nice. That's the main thing. Okay, bring up the news items then. Let's have a look. What the press think about that. So there's confirmation of the group. And yeah, as it says, of course, we've been handed a tough group. Real Madrid and Bayern. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, we've got one more match to come today. It's going to be in the league against Konyaspor. Fade to black again and be right back again. So here we are back once again for a league match. We're home to Konyaspor, who of course beat us last season quite easily. So we're out for a bit of revenge on them. And this is a new tactic. So you see I've taken out that defensive midfielder and put in an attacking midfielder. Few bit lighter on the team instructions as well. So this is how we're set up. It's a control tactic. We've gone for short passing, play out of defence, and close down the opposition keeper. So flat back four, they're all on defence or support mode. Then I've got deep line playmaker here. Both Waco and Van der Geer are naturals in this position, so that's designed for them. Central midfield, I went with a central midfield support. This is mainly because one of the youngsters I got, I'm not playing today because he's already played. Oh no, he didn't play in the other game actually. Servet Shenturk, I'm going to put him on actually as a substitute option. Okay, because he's a natural in that role, so with time we're going to introduce him into that. Mosameng, advanced playmaker. Now I am kind of in two minds here about, I've tried this with him on support and the wingers on attack, and I've tried it with the wingers on support and him on attack. And I'm kind of in two minds about which one's best. This one suits both Mosameng and Holtman as their natural positions, so that's what I'm going with today. And up front, up top, Murat as an advanced forward. Let's see how it goes. It's nice to make a bit of tactical refreshment. I do tend to, over the years when I've been playing just, a regular game without making it into a YouTube series, I do tend to, once I've got a solid tactic, I just stick with that tactic the majority of the time. But I was thinking for this YouTube save, you've got to challenge yourself a bit. I'm sure you don't want to just be watching me churning out that 4-3-3 every match. So we'll try out something a bit different. So yes, I'm going to tell them we owe Konyaspor 1. Tunnel interview. Who is Aytaç Kara? I don't even know. Yeah, Ian Escobar's getting a lot of bids from elsewhere. So that's one thing to watch out for. Holtman also, Inter came in with a more serious bid. I negotiated the offer to try and delay it a bit. For Gustavsson, sorry. Holtman, yeah, he didn't in the end change his mind. He said he still wanted to speak to Schalke. I rejected the bid, but I kind of made an offer which they could refuse, and then I spoke to him about it. I said, okay, if they come in with a better offer in the future, we'll think about it again, and he seemed happy with that. So we're just trying to delay that until the end of the transfer window. And speaking of Holtman, there we go, he's just set up our first goal, and Savic, the new centre-back, he's got up with the header. Is that his first goal for the club? I think it is. So yeah, that's a nice one. They couldn't clear the corner properly. Waco was there to pick it up. Holtman with the first time cross. Savic stayed up, got the header in. Great. That's what we've got our corner routines for. So we're going to encourage the team from there. And we've got a free kick now. Samed. Ooh, I thought he was going to shoot, but he's hit the post. Played a little cheeky one into Mosameng. I need to come up with a nickname for him. Mosameng. I'll think of something. If you've got any suggestions for a nickname for Mosameng, let me know. Okay, so it looks like we're going to go into half-time 1-up. I mean, Konyaspor have been creating chances. This certainly isn't a dominant tactic. It's not one where we completely control the game, but we do create good chances with it. Probably going to need a bit of refining, so I'm going to say don't get complacent out there. Of course, what else would I say? Okay, so we kick off the second half. And this is probably just the opening highlight, so no need to get too excited about it. But here we go, a free kick for us. Samed knocks it forward, and okay, it says that was close from Murat. Didn't look particularly exciting to me, but that's our highlight. Okay, do not let Konyaspor get back into it here. It's a goal kick to us. Okay, not the most thrilling of highlights they're giving us here. Kind of headers just aimlessly limping wide of the post. Alright, we'll take them. Okay, concentrate, boys. Okay, Evren whips one in. Straight to the keeper, though. It's not letting me do this shout for some reason. Okay, hopefully it's worked this time. Okay, they went with... I thought we were down to prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Anyway, they're building from the back. Let's, come on, let's nick the ball off them here. But no, they've played it through the centre. We've got men back, but they still managed to get the shot off. But I guess the men pressured, the defenders there pressured the striker into hitting it early. All right, let's have a look. I'm going to take off Samad Kilic. He's on a yellow. And he's on 70% conditioning. So we'll bring on the youngster, Servet Şentürk. He's coming in. Savic, I'll take him off. I just don't want anybody getting sent off at the moment. So we're going to put Gökhan Gül in there. Of course, Konyaspor were third in the league last season, so there, no pushovers. Here we go, Mosameng with the corner, and there we go, Ozan. It's the other defender, so 2 goals off defenders, 2 corners. Ozan Kabak, nice stuff. Holtman knocked it down. Good. That's the kind of thing we were looking for. Let's make a late sub just to run down the clock. It doesn't really matter who at this stage. We'll bring on Gustafsson for a bit of a jog about. Alright, we're going to end with the last highlight, I assume, here, because we're past the 93 minutes. There we go. We nullify the attack, and there we go. A straightforward 2-0 win. Yeah, I think the tactic maybe still needs a bit of work, because it seemed we were relying on set pieces for the goals there, but we were able to control it. They had a couple of chances, but not too many. So we'll say that was a good result. And leave the match there. So let's have a quick look at the table. That's put us top of the Super League. Of course, we're only halfway through the weekend fixtures. But yeah, it's a good start to the season. Still got, who else has got to play? Galatasaray still got to play. But they've already lost one. So even if they win, they're not going to go any higher than third. So nice start to the season. We've got the Super Cup. We're in the Champions League group stage. And we've started the season at the right end of the table. So let's have a look at the schedule and think about where our next match is going to come, the next episode is going to come in. So obviously the Champions League. Look at this. Look at that. Bursaspor, Real Madrid, Fenerbahce in the space of a week. Then, look at this. Bayern Munich away, Galatasaray away, Besiktas at home, Bayern Munich at home, all in the space of 2 weeks. So there's definitely an episode in there somewhere. I think we might go for a double header of Besiktas and Bayern, the 2 home games. That'll put a nice bit of distance between the episodes, and then later on where the Shakhtar come into it. So we play, obviously the first game is against Shakhtar, and then we've got them again in late November. So we might well feature that Shakhtar game as well. Maybe we'll do something like Başakşehir FC Bayern. That might be an episode. And then we'll see with Shakhtar, if we've still got a chance of reaching that Europa League, we'll feature that game as well. Real Madrid away, I mean, I doubt we're going to go there in with a chance of making the next round of the Champions League, but I would like to go there already securing 3rd place at the very least. So, thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's episode. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you have not done so already. I'm Dodgy Gamer. I'll see you again soon. Görüşürüz for another episode of Breaking the Big 3. Thanks for watching.